Yeah, namaste everyone. So this is the assignment that we had taken yesterday. Observe if you have been able to place right understanding as first priority in your life, followed by relationship and then physical facility. If you are able to see the expanse of your feelings of relationship beyond your immediate family and your close relatives or your acquaintances, if you are able to see the program of fulfillment of need for physical facility as a part of fulfillment of human goal, note your observations in your journal. So first thing is something that we had discussed as an assignment yesterday also. So are we able to see the priority of right understanding over physical facilities and relationship, right? Second thing is that when we look at relationship also, then can we see that I'm related to people outside my family also? My relationship is not limited to only those few of the people who are there in my house or who are known to me or my close relatives. Can I see relationship beyond this? And when I'm fulfilling the needs of my family, can I see that this program of fulfillment of the need of the family or physical facility in particular is a part of program that I have to ensure to fulfill the human goal. And human goal means essentially the four things that we have been talking about. We'll discuss about it today. So if you can share your reflection about 1 and 2, that would be nice. If you are able to share about 3 also, that is also good. I can see that one hand is raised here.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Namaste.
So, I would like to share about my experiences and observation. Uh, from I'm now 70 years of age, and if I go back to my experiences of last 40, 50 years, I feel that I have placed the right understanding as first priority in my life, followed by relationships and then physical facility. When I passed out from college in 1977 from Benares, just a little before that, I had some experience of Kundalini Jagran, where I felt oneness with the whole. And I felt a relationship with all the units in nature and creation. Of course, that experience is there, just in my memory, but right now I am not experiencing that relationships with the whole and all the units in creation, but it is there as a etched in memory. So based on that experience, I have found that I am related to all. But many times in my experience, subsequently, I found that feeling of relationship with others has not been reciprocated by others. So whatever be their sanskar, they acted on the basis of that. And from the beginning, I have felt that physical facilities are required uh, as per the requirement, as per the need, in limited quantities. So that has been very clear to me from the beginning. But as I have been trying to practice over the last 30, 40, 50 years, I found that the people, in the society members, and even in my own family members, uh, they were not having that attitude, and they found that they need to earn more and more. And in my corporate culture and in my professional field also, people have found that they felt that they need to earn more and more and accumulate, including in my family. So there was some kind of, I won't say clash, there was some difference in my attitude and the people I was surrounded in office. And so even though I felt that physical facilities are limited and they should be utilized in the right manner because of the influence of the society. Even though I tried, I was not very successful in living up to that reality and understanding. Second thing is, of course, as I said, I felt the relationship expanding not just to myself, my immediate family, the relate. I felt oneness with the whole, all the units in the nature, creation, and the whole universe. But that feeling is there etched in my memory. Right now, also, uh, I may be having that feeling, but it is not in a very expanded and intense kind of feeling. But I have that feeling. Now,
It's nice, Bia. Yeah, please.
so if I'm able to see the program of fulfillment of need for physical facility as part of fulfillment of human goal, yes, definitely I see the program of fulfillment of need for physical facility as part of fulfillment of human. And I feel that the human goal is is to be one with the whole creation. That means you should have the self-realization and actualization. Who am I? So I am not body. Of course, I am not the body, but I need the body to express myself. I am the self. I am the divine energy, the consciousness, which is part of the whole universal consciousness. So I'm able to see this. This is my observation. Not just observation, this is my experience over all the so many years. So thank you, Bayu.
Nice, nice, Bia. So you have been thinking a lot, exploring a lot. It's good that you are continuing with your exploration at this age also. Nice, Bia.
Even though I have the experience and realization, I'm not able to live up to that understanding and realization because of the influence of the family and society. So this is where is the challenge, how to overcome and make myself powerful, empowered enough to influence the environment, the family and social, instead of getting influence from the social and family atmosphere or environment. This is a challenge.
Yeah. So that's why, we need to place the right understanding as the first priority so that we are able to meet this challenge with the feeling of relationship. So it may be the case that the other person is not ready to understand. The other person has a different kind of sanskar altogether. But when I have the feeling of relationship, I can see the way out without feeling opposed, isn't it? And we also
Yes,
have to see whether while I was interacting with my family, was I having the right understanding or not? Or I was assuming that my ways are correct and the other only has to go my way. So all those things we have to keep open. It may be the case that I was also assuming certain things to be true. My family members were assuming certain things to be true. And there was a conflict. Okay. Neither I could see the reality as it is, nor the family members could see. And that miscommunication continued when we were having some dialogue also. So you have to keep it open. So now that you are into this process, now you can make an appraisal of yourself, whether you are able to see this reality as it is in your past or not.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Two things are there. One thing is uh, we have to accept the situation as it is, and at the same time not get affected by the social and family members or environment that must be. And the second thing is after acceptance of the situation and accepting the understanding and behavior of the other unit members of the family and society, I need not get affected by that. I need not get disempowered within myself. I have to again get empowered and get powerful enough from within so that I maintain my harmony and balance in the body as well as in the self. From that power, from that situation or level of power, empowerment, I can respond to the situation in a more proactive and taking responsibility in a responsive manner. I can interact and even help the family members and other society members to uplift them. So instead of I going down, I need to uplift others after becoming myself empowered in a state of harmony and balance. So this is the practice at this time.
Nice, Via. We can go to the content. Yeah. So this is something that we were discussing yesterday. So the role of education sanskar is to enable transformation. And the basic aspiration is continuity of happiness and prosperity. So we could see that there are three basic requirements as a human being for each one of us to lead a happy and prosperous life. Right understanding in the self, relationship with human beings, and physical facility with the rest of nature. Unknowingly assuming physical facilities will ensure happiness as well as prosperity in our life, we keep on working for physical facilities, we keep on accumulating and indulging, but ultimately the outcome is not mutual happiness, the outcome is not mutual prosperity. So in spite of a lot of accumulation of physical facility, we still feel deprived. And while working for physical facilities, since we ignore the relationship part, so we feel unhappy with others. And since we have not worked for right understanding, so we do not feel fulfilled from within also. So the way out is to work for all the three with the correct priority. And this is very important. So we can make an overall assessment, as Anupji was trying to share, that whether I have been able to place this rightly in my life or not. So we have to make an overall assessment whether I have been able to place right understanding of the first priority in my life. Then my whole track of life would be decided by this priority. When I have to make choices, okay, I can see whether I am making choices based on this priority or not. When I have to make choices for my profession, when I have to make choices for issues in relationship, when I have to make choices for issues in physical facilities, okay, when I have to make choices for utilizing my time. In all those moments, I can be able to see whether this priority holds true or not. So this is something that you have to keep open. No need to conclude at this juncture that yes, I have been able to do this or not do this. Okay, gradually we have to see whether I'm shifting towards it or not. It may take time. And as you could see that time is of course there available to each one of us. So instead of expecting just the outcome, we have to see our role, our activity, our participation towards this. So gradually we have to keep on shifting toward this priority if not been able to do so far. And that will really help you. In the meantime, it may happen at times that the relationships do not remain as congenial as they were because the relationship will have to be redefined. Presently, we might have defined our relationships on the basis of physical facilities or assumptions or certain more things, right? Now that we are able to place this priority, then we have to talk to our relatives also and we have to be able to share to them why we are changing our programs in fulfilling the relationship. So those moments may be difficult also at times to face, but once we are able to place this priority, then gradually we are able to explain this to others also, and we are able to see our expanse of relationship outside the close family also. Okay, it's not the case that just to fulfill the family members, I will be ignoring the rest of the world or I will be exploiting the rest of the world. Okay, so that my family members remain happy. No, that is not going to serve also. If I exploit the rest of the world, if I exploit the society, the nature, and try to fulfill my family, you'll see that in due course of time, okay, neither happiness is ensured nor prosperity is ensured. On the contrary, the kind of sanskar that we are nurturing within us will get transferred to the next generation, and that will be exploitative for us also. So let us explore this, verify this. Now, going over this priority, we are able to see the expanse of it. So right understanding in the self, that means as in understanding the harmony at every level. Okay, and that also in completeness. So harmony in the individual, in the family, in the society, in the nature and existence. So I need to have this understanding, free of any conflicts, any contradictions, any doubts, any dilemmas. I need to have this all-encompassing resolution in me. So we are able to see the expanse of it. There are no questions in us which remain unanswered when it comes to reality. We have to ensure this kind of understanding in us. Now, when I'm able to do this, then I'm able to ensure justice in every relationship with every human being. And that would expand from family to the world family. In my close family, I have to see whether the justice is being ensured or not, whether it is resulting into mutual happiness or not, right? Similarly, outside my family, am I able to see my relationship? If I'm living in a colony, am I able to see my relationship with the security guard at the gate, the maids who are working there, the gardeners who are working in the colony, okay, the people on the road? Uh, can I see that I'm also related to them? Whatever I'm doing is somewhat either fulfilling or not fulfilling for the rest of the society also. While making any decision, okay, I can see how this decision is going to affect the whole humanity. So that kind of competence is gradually ensured. So I'm able to see the whole world as my family. So my competence to ensure mutual happiness in mutual relationships gradually expands to my participation in undivided society. I do not naturally accept that let the divisions remain and I become superior. Okay. My feeling is not such that let the conflicts continue and I become the boss, I become superior, I go to the top. No, I can see that in every relationship, I have to ensure mutual happiness. Similarly, while fulfilling the needs of my family in terms of physical facilities, when I'm trying to ensure my family order, I will be able to see that while ensuring this family order, I'm participating in universal family order. I'm not creating disorder on this planet. So I'm not polluting the nature. I'm not depleting the nature. I'm not destroying the nature to fulfill the needs of my family. So this kind of vision gets established in us with this understanding. So every moment I can see my participation in undivided society and universal human order. Again, I'll say that it will take time. Just by attending one morning session, a few workshops, this is not going to happen. It needs a lot of exploration within. Okay, but we have to enter into that process. Every time I have to see whether whatever I'm doing, will it lead to human tradition or otherwise. Whatever decisions I'm making in my life. At times it may appear a little tiring, little out of context, that why do I think about all these issues? You know, can't I go straight the same way as the rest of the society is going? But you'll see that once we develop this kind of awareness in us, we are of course concerned about the rest of the society. We are of course concerned about the rest of the nature. And our whole approach is towards fulfilling the whole, not only the part. So with that level of competence, I live with human consciousness. This is human consciousness. I am there with the feeling of love for everyone. I am there with the understanding of harmony at every level. I can see the coexistence. This kind of development of competence is desirable. Yeah, some hands are raised.
Namaste, Bhaiya. Namaste to all.
Okay.
I've been attending these morning sessions, I think, since April 2021. I think it was the third morning session. And Bhaiya, I've not missed means many sessions, means almost every session I have attended. And this has helped me a lot, Bhaiya, because if I say before that, it was total confusion and total disharmony. And we were living together in the family, my mother, my children, my wife, and then even my real brother is just living in Ludhiana only. But then there was a lot of means conflicts and a lot of opposition, feeling of opposition for them and even for myself. Because the clarity was not there. This right understanding was not the top priority. Means it was not known. Means what is this reality? Who am I? And only the physical facilities were visible. But then there were a lot of conflicts, and it was telling on the relationships, daily life, daily basis. There was suffering. It was coming in the form of behavior. And then even in the organization, you were trying to means I was trying to put like I'm a good person there, so you pretend that you are good, but then this that I am the best, and you have the ego issue. But at my place, it was a lot of suffering was there. But now with this right understanding, at the top priority and relationships, Bhaiya, I can tell with confidence now that at my home also, first of all, means all these relationships, it's a lot of harmony, and nobody is doing this at my place, but then I have done it. So all those conflicts within me, first of all, I resolved by knowing this right understanding and relationships, and then even physical facility. I was able to place the physical facility now where it should be, and then right understand every moment. This is going on like uh, I'm teaching this course also at my college, so that is also helping me a lot. Both the semesters I'm teaching, so not a single day is there after that I'm not talking about this course. Even I'm sharing with my colleagues also. I'm trying to be solution centric wherever I am, and it has increased my harmony. And even the harmony I can, because this is justice, as you said, you can evaluate that. It is coming back to me also. So a lot of harmony, I think, now at my home also, and even in the organization wherever I am there. So I've revived a lot of relationships, means extended family also, cousins and my uncles, and because a lot of preconditionings we have about people. But then I think they all have been removed. But yeah, it's a long journey. Uh, but very thankful to all my mentors like you and all the mentors, and especially this morning session. I think it is always reminding us, it is hammering us. Every morning I get up and I don't miss any session, and I keep on listening. But then just I thought that I should share that where I was and where I am now. But then you're right, we can work for the universal human order and undivided human society. That is the main target. So the journey is on, Bhaiya. So thank you to all. This is what I
Nice,
wanted
Bhaiya.
to share.
So very sincerely, he has been attending. That is very nice to see.
Bhaiya, this is my need. Means this is what I wanted to share. That this is my need. Means this is my priority. So that is why I'm there always, because it is helping me a lot. Means I know that how it has helped me. So I'm always there. That is my need. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Nice, Bhaiya.
जी भैया नमस्ते नमस्ते to all. भैया, as per the assignment, the second question is that are you able to see the relationship with the expansion or not? So भैया, I have a query here. Like I see the relationships at four levels. First, the relationship which are through blood, those who are my immediate relatives. Second are some people who are in my contact, like Dudwala or the lady who is coming to sell vegetable. These are there. I don't know their names, but they are contributing, and I feel related to them. Third is sometimes there are hostiles as well, like some relatives who have done something wrong to our family, to us. So we feel like this, that yeah, they have done something wrong. So my question is this only, that about these people who seem hostile to us
What is the
due
fourth
to their
category? You
first
mentioned.
category is first category is this, like my mother, my father,
Okay.
those who are like this. Second category is those people who are just in my sampark, in my contact only.
Yeah.
Petrol pump attendant, like this. Third one is the hostiles, like they are my relatives only,
Yeah.
but I feel a position for them, a strong opposition for them. And fourth is sometimes like once I was closing my institute and coming back to home, and there was a drunkard man and he was abusing badly. And there were some ladies, they were feeling very uncomfortable. That time I checked myself, I was not able to feel means related. Not at all I was feeling it. So yeah, for the drunkard man, I saw him for the first time. I was able to see the opposition. For some relatives, I feel opposition. So for first and second category, or that's okay, I'm able to see the relatedness. For fourth and third and fourth category, how to deepen that because they are also related. So what should be that tool? How should I see this? Please
Yeah,
guide me.
yeah. In fact, this is a very important issue because when you talk about undivided society, right? So there will be people who have done wrong to us, and then
Hmm.
we might feel opposed. And something that has been done in the past will remain. That is there as a history. Okay, so how to evaluate that? So for
Okay.
that, I have to look into my natural acceptance. I can see that it is only a matter of lack of competence. Okay, and they might be persisting with that lack of competence still, but still, it is something to do with the lack of competence and not their intention. So when I look deeper into my natural acceptance, I can see their helplessness with which they have wronged me, with which they have done these kinds of things with our family in the past. So I become more responsible to them, that now this is my responsibility to help them develop the competence. And there are examples where this has been sorted. So like there is one village called Bhojata in Bihar, and one student from there was studying in Kanpur. And when he went to this course on human values, he made up his mind that he has all this issue in his village. So he and a friend of his from the other family joined together and they established dialogue. So they had complaints earlier, but they decided that okay, whatever has happened is a part of the past and let us not continue with that. Now we have to talk about the future. Do we wish to continue the same way with the conflicts in future, or do we want to resolve it? And then they mutually decided, yes, whatever has happened now, and we have to go ahead with the feeling of relationship. And the way these two families joined, it became a program for the whole village. And presently, uh, activities are running in the village. So if you are able to see very clearly the difference between intention and competence, okay, then you are able to complement the other. You are able to see the helplessness of the other. The other gets angry, the other gets opposed, the other has differentiation, and you are able to see why it is so, right? If I am also carrying such differences in me, I'm also carrying such incompetence in me, then I can see for myself how much time does it take for me to overcome this. Similarly, I have to uh, give that much of time to the other also. So with that feeling of relationship, you can get into dialogue. So just see, it's not always necessary that you have to talk about the past. Maybe something has been done as wrong in the past, and they are also feeling bad for it, which we might not be aware of. So we can make a fresh program with them. Okay. In due course of time, they are able to evaluate. We'll see that in your life also, you might have done so many things as wrong, but you did not say sorry at those moments. Though you now feel that yes, you were wrong. So it need not be that the other person comes and starts harping at your conduct in the past, and then only you see that yes, I had done something wrong. You might have felt yourself that yes, this was not up to the mark. I should not have done this. But you're not expressing it clearly to the other. So we forgive ourselves many times. Similarly, we can forgive the other also. Forgiveness essentially means being able to see that the cause is lack of competence and not the lack of intention. So this feeling of forgiveness naturally comes within. So that you can try. The way you have been deciding for yourself, the in a similar manner you can decide for your relatives also. And maybe you can see that when something like that happened in the past, it's not only the lack of competence on one part, it could also be on your part or your family's part. See, if we are not working proactively for right understanding, then we are somehow contributing to the problem. There is a saying, no, that if you're not a part of the solution, you are part of the problem. So you have to see how we can be a part of solution every moment. For example, if I'm living in my colony and I'm not raising any program for my uh, relatives in the colony, and then you can gradually see how issues come up. So we have to make proactively some programs for them. If I am having extended relationships and I'm not making any program for my extended relationship proactively, then I am of course doing something wrong. Okay. And then if somebody is doing something wrong to me, so I can see my role therein. Yeah.
We are correct as you are saying. I have to see that, and we have also learned this thing somewhere, Shama and forgiveness. And Shambhaya Shivir was organized in Bilwara. I will work more on this, but we are still like I feel that I that complaints don't come in my mind, but somewhere I feel little fearful that if I allow them to make other programs for me because still their competence is not there. I guess 95% I feel related only. Uh, but 5% there are some relatives who are not having good competence. If I talk to them more, if I converse them, that time unnecessarily I would allow them indirectly to make some programs for me. And these conversations might create problem for me. And this will not help me to have my this journey. So like they would tell that like if we have the conversation, like one of my relatives is there, he keeps saying me that why don't you earn more money? So generally I talk little less. I talk, although talk to him, but I talk little less. He says that we are genies, we should earn more money, we are popular to earn more money like this. So if I talk to him more, then obviously because his competence is like this, he would talk about
No,
buying
no, let me
properties,
intervene
investment.
here. If the other person is commenting like this, then it's not that the other person has done something wrong to you. It's only that the
Ji.
person is unclear.
Hmm.
I'm again saying that when I'm able to see the lack of competence, okay, and I am competent, I'm having the right understanding, I can see how to develop the competence of the other. If the other person is commenting like this, you can just ask a few questions and clarify to the other.
Correct.
Yeah. And if not in your case, maybe somebody has done something severely wrong in the past.
Ji.
Okay. Then also I'm not saying that I will say that this has been good. No. Okay. I will evaluate it rightly and make the right program. If something has been done seriously wrong, right? So with a feeling of relationship, I may try to say it right also at times.
Ji.
But I have to have that feeling of relationship. Then only in my programs, at least I can be happy.
Ji.
Nice, Bhaiya.
Okay, भैया. Thank you, भैया.
Sir, good morning, sir. Namaskar, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, telling about the right understanding and the relationship. So yesterday, something happened to me. So I went for a site, sir, because I'm a student here. I went for site for the sample collection. I came at afternoon at around 3 o'clock to home. So my wife says, at the heat you are coming, you drink anything. And I told that I drink sugarcane juice. So literally she was asking why you are suffering, taking pain. I said that we have to earn money. So for our family. So I said that I went to site. Being a student here, I have to go to site for the testing, sir. So at the time I got angry because of I came to afternoon sun. I scolded her. So don't told that without working you don't get money. So after I realized that because of my uh, pain in the site, I told to after 20 minutes I told that sorry. So because I came at sun that I told that sorry we'll be working for the money only.
Wait a moment. What is the essence that you are trying to convey? This is not clear.
There is a, in the relationship mutual fulfillment of relationship family.
Okay.
In relationships, sir, how we can control our anger. Sometimes we get angry on silly things only. Later we realize and we saying that because of right understanding within the relationship between family and family. So I said I convey that sorry because of my intention not to hurt you. And then I say sorry and it will be over, sir. Otherwise the conversation will go on something like that. That's why I say that right understanding and the mutual relationship is better for the making a good relationship, sir. That's what I'm saying, sir.
Okay, nice that you are able to conclude this. And your
Yes.
anger will also vanish if you try to work for
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Because it is because of the heat around 3 o'clock I came to home. The heavy sun, heavy heat. My brain is getting heated in the site. So I literally scolded. Then after 10 minutes, I realized that I cool my anger and I'll say that I'm sorry. So for I'm doing this for money for our children, so that they can grow now. That's why I'm asking, sir.
Nice, Bhaiya.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So we can see this expands. you know. Now, when we look at our aspiration at the level of society, we can see that we want every human being to be having right understanding, right feeling, so that the other person is able to live with happiness in continuity. This is our aspiration. We naturally aspire that every person be happy, isn't it? Similarly, we would like to have prosperity in every family, not that just few families are accumulating wealth and others are suffering. And in that case, even those few who are accumulating are not feeling prosperous. So we would like to see prosperity in every family. We want to have fearlessness, that is trust in society. And we want to have coexistence with the rest of nature. So this is human goal. And this is a common human goal. When you look at our natural acceptance, we can see that this is something common to each one of us. We naturally aspire like this only. If a war is taking place, we do not want it to happen naturally, isn't it? So we want fearlessness. We want relationship. We want mutual fulfillment with the rest of nature. So when we are able to work for right understanding, right feeling within us, when we are able to work for ensuring this in our family, then gradually we can see the program for the rest of the society also. So this is human society. When we are able to fulfill this human goal, isn't it? And even if the society is not human outside, I can see my role in human society. I can see how much time and effort I'm making or I'm investing for this humanness of the society. On the other hand, the society that we see today, okay, somewhat as a crowd or battlefield, and we have live examples of how the society is turning into a battlefield. So you can see that people are misguided by certain assumptions, like money is everything, okay, nobody is trustworthy, okay, differentiations, multiple differentiations, domination, exploitation, all those things that has become a part of the assumptions as a mindset. And that we can see is there with every individual almost. And that's why we are working on education so that this gets sorted. Similarly, people are not clear about the need for physical facilities and they are trying to accumulate as much as possible by all means possible. Okay, so many kind of con activities are taking place in the society we can see so that people can accumulate wealth by hook or by crook. But still that can only lead to accumulation for a few people only. Similarly, in the process to dominate or to exploit, we are causing fear in the society. So it appears as if my respect will ensure only by domination. If I'm above others, then only I'm respectable. And for that, I'm ready to exploit one and everyone. I'm causing fear. And on the other side, you can see people are suffering from domination, exploitation, fear. This is something that is happening. And when it comes to nature, then in place of fulfilling the nature, we are trying to master over the nature. Right? We are trying to exploit the nature. And we can see the outcome there. So in the nature, we can see resource depletion, pollution, all those problems. Not quite needed to talk in detail in early morning. We can see all these problems are there. We have live example of war. India and Pakistan have entered into war, isn't it? We can see how it erupted from terrorism. In fact, in some countries, terrorism has become a way of life. The governments have started accepting terrorists as a part of culture. So how this has become troublesome for the whole world, how much money is being wasted away. Okay. And why is that happening? Because people have obsession for consumption, for profit, for sensual pleasure. At the root is this obsession, unguided imagination. So if I consume more, I will be more happy. If I try to make profit this way or that way by exploiting others, I will be happy. And ultimately, happiness is going to come from sensual pleasure. So let me do whatever I can. So this is the present state of society. So you have to see the human goal vis-a-vis the present state of society. And we can also see whether we are contributing towards the lower part to the inhuman society or whether we are contributing to the humane society. In our extended family also, we can see whether my family members are contributing to inhuman society or humane society, right? We can see that in some sections of society, this has become a kind of norm that if you want to survive, then you will have to be inhuman. Then you have to do all these kinds of tactics and techniques so that you can survive. And for that, they are ready to beguile others. They are ready to be cruel to others so that they can amass a lot of wealth. So where are we right now? And how we are suffering with the current state, this we all can see. So think over it. This is something to contemplate what we really want to be and what we are doing today, isn't it? We would all agree that presently, of course, the human goal has not been realized. Okay. Then in place of complaining for the society, we can start from oneself. Am I able to ensure right understanding and completeness in me? Am I making a program for each person of the society to be having right understanding? And that's why I think most of us in the morning session are directly or indirectly involved in the value education programs. And that's why we are working so sincerely for promoting value education, because unless the education is set right, we are not able to ensure the right understanding in the people, right feeling in the people. So we have to work honestly, we have to work sincerely, we have to persevere for that. Okay, we have to take it from primary to higher education. Let every school be the center of self-exploration. Let every institution ensure this process of self-exploration for every student. And we can see the potential in each one of us. If we are able to see clearly the priority of right understanding and then relationship and then physical facility, our whole life gets transformed. It gets molded in a different way. We are no longer trying to go by the social norms, which may be misguided by such obsessions, isn't it? As Abhilash was sharing. No? So, like, there might be a severe obsession for profit or consumption or sensual pleasure, and this is something that people are considering as success. I can see clearly how our students are studying first, then looking for a job, trying to get somehow a job. And once they are into a job, now they are trying to make as much money as possible. And the whole life they are hopping from one job to another. They are trying to get as many facilities as possible, as much sensual pleasure as possible. This is something that is happening. And we have to be serious towards education. In fact, just by offering a student induction program or teaching one mandatory course may not suffice. So we have to see how we can have inputs in every year for the children, how we can have dialogue with the students outside the classroom also. Can we see that these students are our children and we have to mold their life? They are coming with all these conditionings from the society, from the family, but it is ultimately our responsibility. If the society is not able to take care of itself, if the families are not able to take care of themselves, it is our responsibility. And for that, we have a serious role to play. So we have to have a solution-centric approach. And this is something that I have to contemplate upon within me. So something which we are discussing right now is at a gross level. Now, when you try to ensure this within, you have to be more subtle in your observations. And as you go along doing exercises 1 and 2, you'll see how with subtlety, I can make this out for myself, whether I am working for human goal or I am contributing towards inhuman goal. Yeah, any questions so far? Let me go ahead. So overall transformation that is desirable is like this, moving from animal consciousness to human consciousness, inhuman society to humane society. Now the diagram that we see here, we'll discuss at length in the next part of the session. So ultimately, we need to work for transformation at the level of self. The more resolved I am within, okay, if I'm able to contemplate upon relationship, if I'm able to understand harmony, and finally, if I'm able to realize coexistence, then only I can be happy in continuity. And then only I can contribute towards a humane society. If the education is unguided, if the families do not have the right program for their children, if the society is promoting inhuman practices, then of course the newborn child is going to turn into a terrorist, is going to turn into a kind of con man while doing business, right? All those possibilities are there because the right understanding is not ensured. And such people are ultimately going to make the society more inhuman. You can see the kind of inhumanness that has come to the society, right? I can see that now schools have become like hotels, hospitals have become like hotels, okay? All those things. The core of education is somewhat getting diluted. It is not being addressed. We can see hospitals charging so much of fee, right? And just looking like branded hotels. Maybe the patient is not being treated properly. So you can see this kind of shift in the society. Okay, money has come to the core in every program. So our education has to take a serious step towards it. I am thankful to AICT for accepting our proposal and following it up so sincerely and earnestly. Okay, we had a meeting with Anil Sahasrabuddhe ji yesterday, who has been the previous chairman of AICT. During his tenure only, we could implement this, and you can see the kind of commitment that he feels for making education value-based. So we have to take a serious step towards education. The way ICT has implemented, if UGC also implements it the same way, if NCERT, CBSE, ICSE, all these boards also start working the same way, the this NCF, National Curriculum Framework, starts working the same way. So we'll have a lot much activity in the society. We have so much of opportunity to work for the society. So if we are able to do that, then this kind of transformation is bound to take place. But at the core is our own development at the level of self. The more I'm able to ensure right understanding in me, the more meaningfully I'm able to contribute to the society. In place of struggling with problems, I can promote the solution. In place of working for the society, feeling opposed to a particular section of society, I can see my relations with all and work for undivided society. We have to look into this sincerely and earnestly. Any questions, any reflections regarding this?
जी भैया नमस्ते नमस्ते सभी को भैया very nice session today I was going through but I think this is all there in the imagination भैया whatever is being said whatever so it is me only who has to apply it under my behavior and work जी भैया yeah can you see this
Right. Yeah, yes. If it
yeah
only
yeah
remains at the level of imagination, okay, then
जी
it is a kind of influence which is working. That influence may vanish also after
जी
some time.
जी
But if
जी
I'm able to work for right understanding, I'm able to contemplate upon the feelings, right? Then it will remain with me.
जी जी means due to this effect whatever is being said or what are the proposals they can be based upon means I can behave based upon preconditioning or sensation but if it is based upon the right understanding that is on my natural acceptance it means that then there will be uh, uh, I can say all well condition ji
Yes, yes.
thank you bhaiya
Nice, Bhaiya.
ji namaste
So we can see that human education is able to bring personal transformation. We are all persons, and we can see the transformation within. Okay. So even though we could not get exposed to these inputs while we were students, as a faculty, we got exposed, or as a part of society, we got exposed through workshops. Now we have to take this to education sincerely. Presently, we are introducing this as only a kind of added course in the curriculum. but gradually we have to make every course value based, so that this education ensures personal transformation as a part of culture. Of course, education has been helping a lot, right? The society. The good part with this century is that education has become available to all across the planet, except for a few countries maybe, and it has become so easily available. It has become a right, the right to education. So it is now prevalent, it is now available to all the children. If we are able to transform this very education, and for that we have to work with teachers, the faculty. Okay. And for that we have to develop ourselves first, so that we can be a resource for them. So this personal transformation within me can help personal transformation for each one of them. And gradually, if this happens, the society is going to transform. Society is made up of people. So one to many to all, this transformation can be ensured. And this is quite possible. Only that it may take some time. But as I said, that the time that I'm taking for myself, I have to allow more time for others with a feeling of relationship, isn't it? So think over it. Any reflection, any question?
जी भैया जी नमस्ते सभी को नमस्ते भैया congratulations भैया बहुत this is the very big task you achieved because of Anil Sahasrabuddha sir is taking care of this so I want to congratulate to all this is the one of the my reflection जी thank you
भैया नमस्ते नमस्ते टू ऑल
Namaste.
regarding reflection, yesterday my student project batch students they were not regular, and they were not doing the work for the project, but
Yeah.
I interacted with them with without considering their competence. I interacted that their innate is pure, so I felt happy and they were also happy. I conveyed best wishes for future. I like that. It was nice for me. I was feeling happy and they were also happy. That's all.
Nice, Bhaiya. Nice, Subbarao ji.